Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of the Dual Exchange. I'm your humble host, Michael Edwards. Remember a time when we could just come outside and enjoy this together as a group and create? This is my favorite time of the year. The sky is blue, the sun is shining, the weather is just right, and yet we're at home. Oh, I miss those days. But today, I think I have a treat for you guys. It's an opportunity to meet my PortraitMeet DC family. I'm looking forward to sharing our stories and experiences and just talking about a time when we used to get together and create. And then looking forward to a time in the near future we can all get together again. So just take a few moments, relax, and enjoy this conversation that we had. Welcome back to our channel, The Dual Exchange, and I am very, very blessed to have this amazing cast of individuals with me. This is my PortraitMeet DC family, and I'm looking forward to sharing their experience with you guys, as well as getting a chance to talk to them individually, collectively, and just let you know what we're up to while we're dealing with the quarantine. So I'd like to start by introducing Icee. Icee is our amazing leader, and she brought the format to us, and I just want to start with her. So, hey Icee, how are you?
Hello, doing well.
Awesome. So what are you doing right now during this quarantine time?
A lot of napping, a lot of eating, in that order.
Yes.
Eating, napping, and also working. Work's been pretty busy.
Okay.
We haven't stopped. IT doesn't sleep. Neither do we. So
yeah. As long as you have a computer, you're working.
Yeah. I don't know. Other than that, nothing much else going on. I just came back from a walk, so trying to keep healthy with my mask on walks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Riveting stuff. So let's just jump right into it. So what is PortraitMeet, and what made you bring PortraitMeet here to DC?
PortraitMeet is probably best described as a group of people who just love to get together, take photos, share ideas, and just have a community to do that. That's really at the core of it. I brought it here because I had such a strong community in Boston. That's where I met Johnny actually as well. And when I moved here, I didn't know anyone, and I thought this was the best way to meet some new people who had the same hobby in a city that I never lived in or really visited before. So I say that was like the distinct way of what PortraitMeet is.
Right. So break it down for us. What is PortraitMeet?
Well, it is portrait taking at meetups. This is how you know when I haven't interacted with humans in a really long time. This is what self-isolation does to you. You don't know how to speak anymore.
Right. You're like, words come out. So back to you, Icee. So when you first came here, what are some of the, I guess, struggles or particular obstacles that you had when you presented this format to the DC area?
I think, well, there was already 3 really strong photo groups here in the area already. So I didn't really want to feel like I needed to compete against anyone, or I didn't want to intrude on what was already here, if that makes sense.
Right.
It was never my intention to overstep on anyone's original groups already. And then secondly, it was just getting the word out. People didn't really understand what it was all about. There was a lot of questions like, what is this really? Like, how does this work? Right. So it was overcoming like everyone's questions and even getting to a point where everyone just knew what it was. So those are the 2 main big things I would say. Okay.
So bringing Johnny into the fray of things. So Johnny was like your shotgun man going into this. So what was your take on this position of PortraitMeet as well, Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, I think something we both liked in PortraitMeet when we was in Boston. We met people. It was like, oh wait, there's a community of people here, and it seemed to be that the events we were attending, we would always like learn something. Everyone was really open about like sharing that knowledge, and I felt like that's the kind of thing that, you know, our community could also be. And so models could learn something, photographers could learn something, all sharing each other because we can all make each other better. And I think that's the spirit we went into creating. And yeah, that's what PortraitMeet became from my perspective. And then our first one, we had like, what, 12 people? It's like, oh, all right, here we go. Start of it.
So speaking of that number, what was the ideal goal of individuals between the two of you that you, I guess, were looking to particularly like accomplish with this concept?
I don't think we ever said, oh, our goal is, you know, like 100 people or something. I think we just thought like, wow, these people showed up. like these 15 people showed up, you know, without knowing us at all, and just from the internet. We're so grateful. Yeah. And it felt like that, like I think even the second or third time, we're like, we can't believe how many people just decided to show up, just to trust us to show up. And it takes time to earn people's trust to, you know, keep coming back because they had a great time.
Right. So I guess I'll shift over to Oscar and Natasha. Now, Oscar and Natasha, you guys came in, like myself, as people who moseyed into PortraitMeet. What was your initial experience with PortraitMeet?
Go ahead, Natasha. Ladies first.
Thanks, Oscar. For me, I was just starting my professional photography venture, so it was a form of improving my skill. I did not expect to be a part of PortraitMeet as far as a moderator. I just, you know, it was all about my skills, but I saw that the team needed help, so every now and then I would step in and lend a hand, and became a moderator after all.
Your help was so great. So impressed.
I know.
Yes.
And you, Oscar?
For me, well, the opportunity came because I think I mentioned to Icee that we should have moderators for the different areas that we have here in the DMV, meaning DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And so that just kind of came into my mind. And for us, because I've heard a lot of people make, not complaints, but suggestions about, why are they always in DC? And I was just like, well, because it's PortraitMeet DC.
Right.
But because we're so close to each other, this two states and then DC, I guess people wanted to just go to different places, or it was difficult for them to get to different places, and so I made that suggestion to Icee, and I'm guessing she spoke to Johnny, and then they offered me this opportunity, and I was like, heck yeah, like I was super excited about it. For me, I mean, also as well as Natasha, it was I was going to the PortraitMeet to just kind of, I guess, improve, and just to get to know people. It's so hard sometimes as photographers to know other photographers, just because I guess we're a little introverts, because we want to be behind the camera. We just take the photos, and we don't really do a lot of, oh, look at me kind of stuff. Let me go and talk to people and stuff like that. So yeah, it was so easy for me to meet other people. It was models, especially. That was the biggest one. Actually, shooting a model was the hardest but easiest. It was the hardest for me before PortraitMeet, and now is the easiest because of PortraitMeet. So it's just like PortraitMeet has improved my craft in like a whole different level, just attending the meets.
So I guess the next question is for the group. where do you see the group going now after this particular pandemic? You know, in the past, we've all got together and it's an opportunity for us to work on our craft and an opportunity for us as creatives just to kind of push our level of success within the field or whatever that we're going to a little bit higher. What do you guys foresee with this pandemic, PortraitMeet doing in the near future?
I think first and foremost, sorry, there's a bug.
I thought you was like doing some like karate yoga move for a second. I was like, what's going on?
I feel like this has happened when you've been trying to like talk to the crowd at PortraitMeet every once in a while. Oh, there's a bug.
I was getting closer, and I was like, first of all, I'm like, okay. I lost my train of thought for a sec. First, I think as a group, and I put this on our profile, like we want to give resources to people who are full-time photographers to kind of help them through this, because this is a really tough time for professional photographers. I understand with the weddings being on pause at the moment, and I know there's a subset of our community, even within this group, like you guys are full-time photographers. And I feel for those people a lot, and like it's important that if we have any resources to give to them, that we do so. And that's why we have the story saved on our page right now that says like what kind of resources you can get, what kind of funding or grants or anything at all. Other than that, secondly, for the hobbyists and people who still want to take photos on the side and stuff, perhaps maybe we should start thinking of doing some photo challenges that people can do at home. Or maybe I've seen a lot of those Zoom PortraitMeet where people get together on Zoom and take photos. I'm not quite sure how it works. I just see Russ, LL Cool Whip. He does a lot of them. It shows up on my feed every morning. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, that sounds like something we should be trying to do. Maybe that's still a mystery to me how that really works. Like, how do we take the photos exactly? Right. So those are just two things that pop on in my mind, is some virtual meetups that maybe we can look into hosting or providing resources for photographers.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
And hopefully we can actually meet soon.
Right.
All over.
Right.
And we could just go back to normal.
Hey, with our lenses, we can stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
You got a nice 85. You got enough distance to get whatever it is that you need, and blur out the background and to boot. So, lastly, what through all of this, what has been your guys' take on, I guess, being creatives in this particular time? Icee kind of hit on it a little bit, especially pro photographers like Oscar and myself and Natasha and the rest of us. We're all taking pictures, but especially for Oscar and I, this is like our bread and butter. What do you guys foresee, I guess, is the next wave of opportunity and or moving forward with all of this is going?
Well, I started learning a new craft. I think when in the same area of photography, but it's real estate photography.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that if this pandemic continues and we are in quarantine and all of this social distancing, I was like, okay, I was pushed to, because like you said, this is how I provide for the family. And I was like, okay, what can I do that will not involve two people?
Right.
And so I did my first gig 2 weeks. I was so nervous. But I had to learn. I was watching a bunch of like YouTube videos and practicing and different techniques, because I don't have a very wide angle lens. And so for me, this is what I had to do. I was pushed to do it. I kind of liked it. I didn't like the editing much because I felt like it was so boring to take photos of walls and furniture and stuff. And I was just thinking like, oh, am I gonna do this, for the rest of, this quarantine? But I was like, well, I guess I have no choice. So, but yeah, I was pushed to learn a new craft. So that was what happened in my end.
Yeah, how about you, Natasha? I see that you kind of ventured off into helping your sis with her business. What are you involving yourself with?
I'm not doing much with photography. Like we discussed, I ordered some off-camera flash, so I'll be trying to improve on that. But I've been helping my sister, given that she's a fashion designer, and the pandemic is all about making masks. So we've been doing that. We just launched a new headband design to match our mask. So that's been my day-to-day activity. So yeah, I'm into fashion now.
How about you, Johnny? We didn't get a chance to touch on the fact we know that Icee is busy with IT work. How about yourself?
Yeah, I work for a nonprofit, and like it's been super busy since the pandemic began, but definitely keeping me busy. And beyond that, the fun thing when you get a place and you're like, this is great, and then things start breaking. Been learning how to fix things really well.
So you've become a Tim the Tool Man of sorts.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is cool. It's old, but it's nice. The door is swollen shut because of the rain. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
That sounds like some adventures indeed. So lastly, guys, going around the circle, what is something that you would like to give as a word of encouragement to our fellow creatives at this particular time, and then just moving forward?
I would say don't give up. Just, find other creative ways. I'm hoping to learn some editing this week. So there are things we can do where we don't have to be in contact with people. So don't give up. Build on your craft. Like you are doing, Mike. You found something else to do in the meantime. You are being quite creative right now. I mean, that's what I can tell him.
Good butt at it. Yeah. I would say continue to maintain that community. This call is, I love you all. So having this time be like, oh, community's still here.
Yes.
Even in new ways. Recently gotten into TikTok, and the thing
I think we all. I think we all.
It's like, whoa, okay, new community.
Yeah. Community. Yeah, definitely.
See, he does us, and I exactly know what song goes with it. It's the learning.
You know the song, right? You know the song.
I know the song.
Icee?
I think everybody touched upon already really great points and pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, keep going. Discover the archives of photos. I know we probably have thousands of photos that we've taken before in the past year that we have not even edited yet. There's lots of stuff like diamond in the rough that we could probably edit and look spectacular and practice your editing. I know that's what I've been doing for the past month to keep the creative juices flowing, so to speak. So, and every time after I finish editing it, it feels like going to PortraitMeet almost all over again, like coming back so excited and editing those photos. It's like some of those feelings come back for a moment, and it's a really nice distraction, just doing something or picking up a new hobby, doing something with your hands, so keeping busy. Yeah,
agreed.
Nice. Oscar?
So for me, I would just say that it's okay if you want to take a break. If this whole situation is keeping you kind of down and you don't really want to touch your camera, or you feel like, I don't feel like taking photos, or whatever may be the case, or it's okay. to take a break. You don't want to just end up hating the photography because of you're not able to do it outside and you're now taking pictures of objects or something like that. So that's what I would suggest. But also learn. You know, there's so many resources online that you could watch and just learn something new. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to meet with me and share your gems with me. Icee, thank you. You and Johnny, thank you for your vision and bringing this to the area. You don't know how much life you breathed into me and many creatives in this particular area. So thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
The dual exchange.
I hope you enjoyed our conversation and got a chance to see what PortraitMeet DC is all about. If you're interested and you're in the DMV area, you can get our information on our IG page. The IG is going to be in the description as well as on the screen. I do hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, thank you so much for putting your time and your effort and energy in supporting this platform. And I hope to see you guys really soon. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.